and welcome to another bookish video from me, Johanna, me, my dog and books. And today, I have a bookish haul for you. There's books and there's bookish things. And there's maybe something that's not bookish. Oh! Patty's just licked my glasses. Ugh, Patty. Well, before we get into the coming weeks of winter reads, festive reads, Goodreads Choice Awards, etc, etc, I am coming at you with probably my biggest book haul before the end of the year. Patty, come say hello. You're in. There she is. Here's Betty. You saying hi to Paddy? Say hi to Paddy. Oh, you're so sleepy. You're so cute. You need a bath. You need a bath. So you do. Oh, she's now knocking the camera over. Don't do that, Patty. Don't do that. So, she keeps moving the camera. Is this like the dullest colour you've ever seen me wear? It's awfully cold today. It's very frosty. Look, like the frost hasn't even cleared from our garden. So it's a cold one. Got the day off. It's Tuesday. So weekend reading vlog that I've just recorded that you'll see after this one has just gone up, so it ran into the Tuesday. But yes, it's a cold week. The OH David was due to go up north for work, up kind of Aberdeenshire way, but they've had quite a lot of snow up there, so that's getting moved to next week. Don't know if we'll get snow, we might at the end of the week. Anywho's, it was my birthday yesterday. Today's technically my birthday Boxing Day. I like to eke it out. I say that, right, but I'm the kind of person who... I'm just watching Patty. She's going to take a runny. You going to take a runny? Come on, we can do it. It's too much for her. Obviously you've seen the background. I'm going to put it up because you can't jump up that high. Do not knock the books down. Obviously now you've seen behind the scenes. Patty! What are you doing? What are you doing? Get down. Down. Come on. Down there. Oh, she's a cheeky wee monkey. Lucy is sound asleep under the OH's desk. So you might not see her unless she comes through. What was I saying? Yes, birthdays. Like every other big days. Well, like if I don't celebrate Christmas in a religious way, I just celebrate it more as a kind of cultural festival in the UK. And I do find that it can be all a bit overwhelming. A bit like birthdays. So it was nice to go down and spend some time with my friends, which you'll see this weekend's vlog in. And I was overwhelmed with the gifts and books and stuff that people got me, friends and family, for my birthday. So I had a... Oh, this is too cute. Wait till you see her. She's like a wise lady. Sorry, she makes me laugh. Both of them, they make me laugh. I did miss the both of them because taking 2 dogs down to my friends who already have a dog and 2 kids, absolute carnage, and I would not relax. Anywho's, on my actual birthday day yesterday, we were overnight, so I had lovely fluffy pancakes for breakfast in the hotel we're staying in, and had a kind of 3.5 hour drive home, got the pups, David made dinner, and just watched cosy TV, and I finished my cross stitch. You'll see it in my weekend reading vlog because I managed to put it in a frame. Well done me. Anywho's, yeah, so I can find the whole build-up and everything a bit overwhelming, and last year on my actual birthday I had a bit of a mental health dip. So this year I was kind of like, just kind of like any other day, and you know, not too much of a fuss. But then I got all these packages and presents and stuff, so I'm going to go through them whilst also being very acknowledgeable of my privilege and the kindness of others. I don't go big on Christmas or anything like that. I do celebrate people's birthdays, but at Christmas time we tend not to, other than for the kids and my mum. We don't really do gifts really anymore because it just really gets quite excessive. So birthdays are the time, and I have to say thanks to all the wonderful people and friends and family that have gifted me. Don't have a party, she's just watching me talk to you. So no particular, also daylight, can you see my new curtains? These were the ones I got from Vinted for £8. Anyways, in no particular order, I'm going to go through these. So in true me style, there's books here now that I've got 2 from the same author, or 3 from the same author, and I still haven't read them, but I know I will love them. And my friend Zoe got me this plus, which I've already bust open. Some of my favourite sweets, Candy Kittens, and it's Tell Me I'm Worthless by Alison Rumfitt. This says, punk in every sense of the word, this is a debut unlike anything you've read before. Shouldn't have done that. No, you're not getting any, Patty. Done. Holds a gruesome mirror up to the way it feels to live now. I absolutely tore through this book. A dark and flinching haunting house novel that takes readers from the well of the literary gothic. You see this wee head? She's just slowly getting closer and closer. A dark and flinching haunted house novel that takes readers from the well of the literary gothic up through Brighton's queer scene and out into the heart of modern day trans experience. You up for that one? Yes, she's up for that one. Thank you so much to my friend Zoe for that one. And then one of my friends got me this. I'm so excited. Guess what we're going to be reading this winter? It's The Winter Spirit. Ghostly Tales for Frosty Nights, from the creators of The Haunting Season, which I've read. And it's got stories from Bridget Collins, Jess Kidd, Laura Purcell, Stuart Turton, Catriona Ward. This looks amazing. This is from my friend Rachel. The tradition of a haunted tale at Christmas has flourished across the centuries. These 12 stories by some of today's most loved and lauded authors of Gothic fiction are all centred around the festive season, boldly and playfully reimagining a beloved tradition for a modern audience. Taking you from a haunted Tuscan villa to a remote Scottish island with a terrible secret to a theatre where unimaginable horrors are set to unfold, these vibrant ghost stories will serve as your ultimate companion to frosty nights. So curl up, light a candle, and fall under the spell of winter's past. Also, can we just adorbs this? Thank you very much. Then, this is one I've had on my... I absolutely adore this cover. Look at it. It's called Hard Copy. It's like someone's face mashed up on a printer. Much prettier than mine. This is the story of a girl meets printer. It's translated fiction. It was from my lovely friend Meg. It's not like I'm constantly talking to the printer. Just occasionally. He's the reason I like coming to the office. I care for him all day, dusting him, encouraging him, reassuring him, and he talks back. That's how I know he's alive. Sounds amazing. Some good blurb about it says at the back, this novel has it all. It's smart, captivating, poignant, absurd, moving and terribly funny. This might get me through the dark winter nights, methinks. So thank you to my friend Meg for that. And then this is a book I adore. I've read it. I've really wanted a physical copy of it because I only read it on Kindle. I got an e-arc of it, I think, and oh, I adored it. By day, Maeve Fly. This is also one of my favourite covers. The US cover looks a bit different. By day, Maeve Fly works at the happiest place in the world as every child's favourite princess. Now, it's not named, but we can all guess where that is. By neon night glow of the Sunset Strip, Maeve haunts the dive bars with a drink in one hand and a book in the other, imitating her misanthropic literary heroes. But when Gideon Green, her best friend's brother, moves to town, he awakens something dangerous within her, and the world she knows suddenly shifts beneath her feet. Honestly, female rage. She loves Halloween. She's not a Disney princess. And oh my god, it's an absolute trip. I absolutely adore this book. I think I gave it 4 or 5 out of 5. Can't remember, but I've wanted to own it for a long time and now I'm so super excited. J'adore. If you like horror, check that out. Talking of horror, one of my friends, Shannon, who also loves horror, but she's sent me this, which she says isn't horror, but look at the cover. It's called Correctional. Smart, fast-paced and disturbingly possible. Quite like the binder there. Says 12 inmates, 1 chamber. It's time to face justice live. Saturday night prime time, the nation settles down to watch a special edition of Justice Live, the most popular and sadistic reality show ever made. 12 of the country's most notorious criminals are parodied in front of the cameras as the public votes to decide which one will face the horrors of the Justice Chamber. Dear God, this wouldn't surprise me if we did this. This is like Black Mirror, but anyway. The correctional officer, Cal Roberts, has bigger things on his mind tonight. He plans to bring down celebrity guard Dax Miller for good. Tonight is his chance to put things right once and for all. Black Mirror meets Unreal in an Orwellian nightmarescape. This sounds amazing, like right up my street. What I can't remember is if I actually ever had this on my wish list or she's just got me it because she loved it and she knows what I like. Wow, this sounds amazing. Next up is The Whispering Muse by Laura Purcell. Spookily. I think Laura Purcell is one of the writers here. Yeah? How spooky is that? Oh wow. A sumptuous piece of gothic set in a theatre populated by the beautiful and the damned. I mean, look at this cover. Betrayed by those she trusted, former ladies' maid Jenny Wilcox is desperate for money to support her and our young siblings. When she's offered a position in the costume department of London's Mercury Theatre, she jumps at the opportunity. But dressing volatile lead actress Lilith is more than she reckoned on. Scandalous and talented in equal measure, Lilith? Maybe that's, yeah. Claims to have made a pact with the tragic Muse to secure her success. Jenny is sceptical, but as Lilith's star rises, accidents begin to take place around the theatre. With her beliefs and loyalties torn, Jenny starts to fear that when the Muse comes calling for payment, the cost will be too high. I have not much recollection of putting this on my book. It's from my lovely friend Chaz Beans on Book Talk. And I suspect that I've either seen her or someone else on Book talk about this, loved the sound of it and put it on my wish list. Honestly, and it's blurred by Catriona Ward, so that's a sell point for me. It says, a sinuous dark spell of a story that left me reeling. Then my beautiful friend Cheryl sent me this. Birthday candle. This is where I wish it was smell-a-thon. You know how I'm not allowed candles, but I'm allowed one on the dinner table. Smell that. Oh, that smells of like, it's like hundreds and thousands around it. Infused with celebration. And then she got me this adorable, looks handmade. So it's got a paw and it says, time, I can't read backwards, time spent with books and dogs is never wasted. Look at that. It's absolutely stunning. So it's a beautiful bookmark. And she got me a book that I've had on my wish list for a wee while now. And I'm very excited to read it. It's called The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I'm getting better at reading backwards. And this sounds right up my street. So it's about book influencers. If you give this book 1-star review, you might end up dead. Emma enjoys the isolation and quiet of house sitting. The only company she needs is her dog and her books. But when she leaves a 1-star review for a poorly written and gruesome horror novel, this stuff can happen, by the way. I'm just saying. I'll maybe be careful about my 1-star reviews. Her peaceful escape turns into nightmare. Not only is she being harassed by the angry author online, she's noticing disturbing incidents in the house, scratches in the night, and a figure crawling around the shadows. It sounds so good. I'm so excited to read this. If anyone's read any of these or would like me to prioritise reading any of these so far, let me know. Next up are 2 books for one of my beautiful friends that I've known as part of my book group. Our book group's been going for 20 years. She knows me very well. She's got me a book called Everyday Activism. You can make a positive difference. It says how to change the world in 5 minutes, 1 hour or a day. And I was looking at this yesterday. It says if you have, so it splits up the different actions you can do if you have 5 minutes, an hour or a day. Oh, and it looks like the kind of book that I'm going to annotate within an inch of its life. And then this other one that she's got me is called This Book Won't Burn. Reading is dangerous because it shows us the truth. Words give us power. That's why some adults want to silence us. Noor Khan is the girl at school moving to the tiny town of Maybury with her mother and sister after her... Patty's having a sniff at the candle. Not yours, Patty. Not yours. Noor Khan is the new girl at school moving to the tiny town of Maybury with her mother and sister after her family life is upended. She's determined to keep her head down and make it through her final year unnoticed. Well, well, that wasn't very professional. But if you know one thing about me, I'm not professional. While hiding in her school library, Noor notices that hundreds of books are being removed from the shelves and boxed up. A new school policy banning books that parents object to. I think it's fiction, but it sounds like non-fiction. Outraged, Noor and her friends decide to read some of the banned books out loud to their classmates to protest this new policy at school. But in Maybury, trouble is never far behind. Can Noor affect change by speaking up while navigating the politics of small town life? And can she trust the son of the school board president who she finds herself falling for? Sounds right up my street. Very excited by these 2. I'm actually very excited by all of them. Then next up, I do own this book. I own 3 different editions, I think. It's one that I read every Christmas Eve, but I've had this one on my wish. I've lost the ability to talk today. That's clearly a year older and not wiser, and it is A Christmas Carol. And look at this. It's stunning. And it says, humbug. I tell you, humbug. My lovely friend Charlotte got me that. And honestly, it is stunning. I'm adding it to my collection. There's only a few books that I will get like quite happily almost collect different editions of. This is one of them, and another one is A Christmas Carol. Another one used to be Coraline, but it's not anymore. Anywho's, next up is a book that my lovely friend... What is wrong? I think I've had too many candy kittens. Too many candy kittens. My lovely friend Rachel... Talk to my candy kitten. You're not getting any. Talking of candy kittens. Just eat one. I don't know why I'm eating one while I'm trying to chat to you. That's terrible. Anyway. This one is Whatever Happened to Baby Jane by Henry Farrell. This is an old black and white movie that I've watched for years. Like, I think I remember my mum recommending it years and years and years ago, and I watched it and absolutely adored it. And I'll rewatch it. And it was only in the last couple of years I realised it was based on a book. I had no idea. Also, this book cover. So if you've never seen the film, which kind of looks like this, you have the once acclaimed child star Baby Jane Hudson performed. So she's played by Betty Davis in the movie. Baby Jane Hudson performed for adoring crowds before a move to Hollywood thrust her sister Blanche into the spotlight. As Blanche's film career took off, a resentful Jane watched from the shadows as her own career faded into obscurity until a tragic accident changed everything. Now, years later, the two sisters live in a decaying mansion, isolated from the world, crippled by the accident. Blanche is helpless under the control of her abusive sister, who is slowly descending into madness. When Baby Jane decides it's time to revive her childhood act, she won't let anything or anyone stand in her way. If you've ever seen the film of this, it's utterly, terrifyingly, disturbingly dark, and I loved it. So hopefully me and my friend Rachel will buddy read this. Then another is, and look at this, is a Liz Nugent book called Lying in Wait. I'm trying to think what I've got. It's somewhere here. Somewhere here, but I can't find it straight away. I have no order to my books, as you can clearly see, but I adored Strange Sally Diamond. And I am so excited to get this because look at this cover, firstly. But other than absolutely adoring Strange Sally Diamond, I knew I wanted to read this one by Liz Nugent. It says, Lydia Fitzsimmons lives in the perfect house. With her adoring husband and beloved son, there's just one thing Lydia craves to make her life complete, and she is determined that her husband will get it for her. The last thing she expects is that her obsession will lead to murder. However, not even a dead body can stop Lydia in her tracks. If anything, it makes her more determined to get her own way, whatever the cost. I'm here for this. Then there's two that I got from my lovely friend Bookish Lizzie. And these were two, I think, that were on my wish list. I'll show you. Look, it's Why Would Feminists Trust the Police by Leah Cowan. I saw this book in a indie bookstore, I think when I was down in Bristol in June, and I'd already bought quite a lot of books and I only had hand luggage and I had to like curb the book buying, and so I added it to my wish list. It's non-fiction, and it says, every week it seems there's a fresh scandal exposing the violence of police, and yet some fractions of feminists, past and present, have fought for ever harsher laws and longer prison sentences with little consideration of how criminalisation perpetuates cycles of harm and entrenches structures of inequality. The history of British feminism's alliances with the law and its enforcers is complex and multifaceted. Drawing on the legacy of black feminism and abolitionists organising in and against Britain, Leah Cowan reminds us of the vibrant creative alternatives envisioned by those who have long known that the police do not reduce harm and that the law was never designed to keep communities safe. This sounds amazing. Like, legit. Can't wait to read that. Alongside my everyday activism, I'm sorted. And then this one sounds, look at it's called The Hotel by Daisy Johnson. Look at that cover. This is what we know about the hotel. The hotel is bigger on the inside than the outside. Doors and windows do not stay in the same places, and the hotel listens, the hotel watches. We'll be at the hotel soon. Ah! How terrifying does that sound? A triumph of contemporary horror from the Man Booker Prize shortlisted author, this collection of short stories will haunt you long after you turn the final page. Do you know, given the fact that one of my more recent 5-star reads was a short story horror collection, I'm very excited by this. But also look at this cover. So those were all my Bookish gifts. How beautiful and amazing is that? Like, I don't need to buy books for the first 6 months of next year. Let's pretend I didn't say that though. Following in bookish things though, the OH mother half David got me a book nook. So this is like, he got me one for Christmas. Was it last year or the year before? And this is what it looks like. It can sit. So you make it, it's like a little crafty thing, and then you've got light. I don't know if you can see. There's a little dog. The light needs redone. So this sits on, this sits my shelf. That's why they're called book nooks. And so he got me a new one called Beyond the Library. Beyond the Library. And you can see it here. And so this is our winter crafting, because do you know what, he enjoyed doing it just as much as I did, so we'll be getting stuck into that, so you'll be seeing some of that work. And then also similarly, look at this, it's a Lego. Books are my passion, Lego. I cannot wait to make this. I mean, it looks a wee bit like me with a fringe and darker hair, doesn't it? Not at all like me, to be fair. And then last but not least, and not really bookish, but the other love in my life, other than you, Patty, and Lucy, are Care Bears. And my lovely friend Sasha got me one of the Monster Edition Care Bears. Look at this. This is Bedtime Care Bear. And this was the Monsters edition that came out, so there was like, look at these ones. There's a Dracula one, Corpse Bride, or is it Bride of Frankenstein, I think. And look at them. You see them there? Legit, I would happily collect them all. How cute is this? Ah! I adore it, I adore it. I'm also going to eat another candy kitten, and I better take a picture and thank Roy before they're all gone. But yeah, so I have plenty to keep me going. Oh, and also, I'm starting a new cross stitch. And the rules of cross stitch and other such crafty things is you can't share the pattern, because obviously the pattern is a creative copyright and ID of those who have created it, so you don't want people just copying it off the internet. I soon learned, which I hadn't realised because I did it by accident. I showed it in accident and was kindly advised. But this is my new one. It's on dark navy blue Ada, and it will be seasonal, and that is the word in. That's all I can tell you. You'll get to see what it is as the coming weekend vlogs happen, and I'll show you that. Did I show you the finished one? Well, spoiler, if I show you it now, then you might see it again in the weekend vlog. But my haunted house was finally finished. So we've still got a bit of the creases, but look at it, I'm dead chuffed. I think I have shown you, now that I'm filming this, I'm like, I think I've shown you my weekend reading vlog that you're going to see at the weekend, so spoiler alert. But yeah, that's it there. I'm very proud of my first cross stitch finished. I might get the OH to take a picture of me with it. So I can send it to Caterpillar Cross Stitch, where I get the sets from. They're amazing. So the next one is seasonal. You'll get to see more of it very soon, very soon. So yes, I hope you enjoyed watching. That is a very big haul for me. I never normally haul like that many new books. Like I wouldn't. These have obviously, mostly all of them have been gifted to me. I did get some Waterstones vouchers. So I might keep that for like the January sales or something, I think. Or when you get double points, I'll go in and spend my Waterstones voucher, because to be honest, I don't need any more books. Says me, who clearly sees reading books talking about books, buying books is all completely different hobbies. Anywho's, I hope you enjoyed watching this haul. Do let me know if there's any books in my haul that you would like me to read first or prioritise, or that you've read, what you thought of them. Even if you didn't like them, it doesn't matter, just let me know. I'm going to read it anyway. Most people's like, if they don't like a book that I've got and plan and read, unless I know we've got very similar tastes and they're like, oh, you really wouldn't like that, I'm normally going to read it anyway and give it a bash, let you know. So you won't put me off if you tell me any books that you've read and didn't enjoy. Is there any books in this stack that you want me to read? First and foremost, let me know. I'm also looking over at my table. Excuse the state of my house right now. Right, look at that. They're all books from the library I need to read. I need to stop doing other stuff, like working in that, to pay the bills and just read. But, you know, cross stitch and Animal Crossing, it's all taken over my life. There's could be worse things, eh? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, for liking, and if you don't already, please do subscribe, and if you do, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please leave me a comment in the books. Please leave me a comment, or if you've got this far and are still here, despite my rambles, thanks. Leave a stack of books emoji if you've got this far. And thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you very soon in another bookish video. Bye!